retirement. It's supposed to feel like freedom, right? So why didn't I feel this way? This simple journaling system transformed everything for me. Let me show you how it works. There are 6 main parts to my journaling system. The first is what's important in my life, and then also my future focus. Third is my morning mindset. Fourth, what's coming up this season. Fifth, what's happening now or today. And then 6, ideas, inspiration, reminders, that kind of thing. So I'll share with you the first 4 parts of this system today, and then in the next video I make, I'll share the last 2 parts as well as some of my favorite journaling techniques and things like that. So if you were to flip through one of my old journals, you would very quickly see that while there are traditional journal entries that are scattered throughout the journal, much of it doesn't look like a traditional journal. And this is because I use it not only to process my feelings, but also to help me be a lot more intentional with how I spend my days. I think by the time you retire, you really begin to recognize that you're not going to live forever. A few years ago, I came to the realization that the majority of my time each day, it wasn't spent on activities that were the most important to me. My time was really heavily focused on getting work accomplished, and I was spending very little time nurturing the things that I value the most. To fix this, I made the inside cover of the journal one of the most important pages in the whole thing. This is where part 1 of my system resides. What is the most important to me in my life? And it's here that I list out my core values, and every day I take a moment and I look at these and I think about what can I do in the day ahead so that I put these as a priority. Because of this, I no longer procrastinate about connecting with the people that I care about just because I have a busy day ahead. And I feel much more motivated when it comes time to do a workout and the other things that I want to do to stay healthy, because I've reaffirmed myself first thing in the morning that health is one of my top values. The other thing that I do on this front cover is I remind myself of my mortality. So I've listed the number of years that I have left to live if I were to live the average lifespan of a woman here in the US. It's a really powerful tool for warding off procrastination. The last thing that I do here on the inside cover is to make a commitment to myself for this season. And this is usually just something short that I really want to work on improving on. So this is a great place to lead into part 2, which is my future focus. Here's where I list 2 or 3 things that I'm going to do for each of these projects this season. Again, I keep it short and simple so that when I pick up my journal, I can get a really quick reminder, just at a glance. And that will help me make sure that I work time into my schedule and my days and weeks ahead for actually making these things happen. I also make a visual future focus by putting my vision board in my journal. Visualization, it's just so powerful. And this is the easiest way I know to remind myself to look at my vision board each day and feel what it would feel like if this future was really happening now on a daily basis. Vision boards on the wall, they're great, and I've used them for years, but over time, I just end up forgetting to use them. So putting them in my journal works really good. A quick pro tip for you on doing this: I create mine in Canva, and then I download it into Word and I print it from there. I like doing this way because often I find myself wanting to keep some of the images that I used for the prior season. The next part of my system is for my morning mindset. And this is where I really set the tone for my day, and it helps me to be more positive. Positive thinking, it's one of the best ways that you can improve your physical and mental health, as well as increase your resilience. And I know from personal experience that if you practice positivity, I can just about guarantee that you are going to live a much happier and more fulfilling life. My journal has a list of affirmations in each season, so I typically look through these and then I highlight a few that I think would be wise for me to focus on over the next few months. There's also a page for mindset shifts, and this is where I think about what I have a tendency to be more negative about on a regular basis, so that then I can reframe that and then practice thinking about it in a way that's more positive light. As an example, lately I've been really concerned about the state of our economy and how that's impacting our retirement savings. So I wrote down several ways that I can think more positively about this. Things like I'm good with money and I have more than enough. After just a minute or two of mindset work, then I move on to the section for what's coming up this season. I have some wellness trackers that can be used for a number of things, such as making and breaking habits, or you could use them to track your mood. Once I even used it for tracking my sleep, and then it really helped me figure out what was most helping me get better sleep at night and better rest. And then lastly, for this section, I take a quick look at the calendar and what's coming up in my schedule so that then I can see what I'm going to need to be doing this week. Now, these first 4 sections that we covered today may seem like a lot, but in reality, it only takes me several minutes each day to go through them. And the thing is that this several minutes, it packs a powerful punch for intention in your life and positivity. In the next video, I'll show you how I use this journal's daily pages, how I get the most from reflections in here, and a few journaling techniques that make this system work really well for transformation. A fulfilling retirement, it isn't created by having more time. It's really created by being more intentional with the time that you already have. And for me, this little journal has become a daily anchor. It's a way that I gently come back again and again to what matters most. Has any of this resonated with you? Let me know in the comments what you would like to be more intentional about in this next season. Now, in the next video, like I said, I'll walk you through the final 2 parts of my system and how I actually use this day to day. In the meantime, if you would like to learn about another tool that I use for making the most of my retired life, you may want to check out this video on seasonal living. It is the perfect way I've found to keep life from just feeling flat and letting there always be something to look forward to. So thank you so much for watching today. I'm glad you're here.